What's going on, everyone? It's Rifle here, and in this video I'm excited to say I have a lot to share about Rasputin and Ana Bray and connections with the Stranger. Also, in case you guys don't know, I'm doing another giveaway of a Destiny 2 for any platform. I'll be leaving more details about how you can have a chance at winning it in the description. Anyway, since I got that out of the way, let's jump into this. This is going to be a lot of info I'm going to be sharing with you guys, so sit back, relax, and hopefully you end up enjoying it. Now, I know it was mentioned by Luke Smith that the Stranger won't be returning in Destiny 2. However, I believe this may be a little far-fetched. You'll see what I'm saying the further I get into this video though, that the Stranger will be in the game, she just won't be known as a Stranger anymore. But first things first, I wanted to talk about who the Brays are and also, of course, Ana Bray. She is a part of the Clovis Bray Corporation, and there are 6 known Brays. Starting with Ana Bray herself, she was a Guardian Hunter who fought in the Twilight Gap. Elsie Bray, she was the creator of the Eon Trespass ship, and she disappeared shortly after it was made. Dr. Willa Bray, the inventor of the Engram. Alison Bray, author of Trials and Triumphs. Clovis Bray the First, he is the creator of all the Clovis Bray technology on Mars, and essentially created the first Exos. The process was described by Cade when he was invited by Clovis after breaking his stuff. Cade describes a cold place in which he gave his body to the ice, which he's talking about Europa here, and then afterwards, once he gave his body to the ice, he ended up becoming an Exo rather than a human. Anyways, and then lastly we have Clovis Bray II, which is Clovis's only son, and he ended up continuing the science. Now the interesting thing about this is there are some scannables around that shortly discuss the Brays. And the first one I'm going to be showing you guys specifically talk about Ana Bray, which this one is the most known one. It's in the tower's secret room. It's not really that secretive anymore because pretty much everybody knows about this. But inside this room, you can find a scannable on this table here that talks about Ana Bray's journal. But there are a few pages missing. Listen into this.
Looks like a journal. Ana Bray. But I can't tell who. Pretty much the entire thing is redacted, and there are whole pages missing. Something about all this seems wrong. Am I worrying too much?
Now, there are a few speculations of why pages are missing from this journal. First off, it could be one of the Brays trying to protect or hide something because this room is obviously secretive. But it still doesn't make much sense on why the journal was just left here to be found, unless someone wanted it to be found with a few pages missing. Or the other speculation is that the Vex is trying to wipe Ana Bray from existence because it would change the entire history of the battle that happened at Twilight Gap. Perhaps this could be a part of the Osiris expansion that will have you travel through space and time to prevent a dark future. Now there's quotes around that because supposedly that's what we'll be doing in the DLC. And as we know, Osiris knows a lot about the Vex technology and how they can jump through time, but he is apparently stuck in the Vex network at the moment. We get a glimpse at this at the end of a couple missions on Nessus, which the first one is Deep Conversation.
Your query has terminated, Ghost. The Vex Collective hopes it has answered all of your questions. A user within the network named Osiris sends his regards.
And Hack the Planet, when Failsafe ends up becoming a prisoner.
A decade? It didn't take us that long.
Time must work differently within the network. He was a very good listener. It's a shame I couldn't take him with me. He showed me a myriad of potentialities for this galaxy. How the Vex intend to shape them, I will share with your vanguard.
She didn't exactly name who she was talking to as a prisoner in the Vex network, but I have a hunch it was Osiris. Anyway, something else interesting that proves one or more of the Brays is still alive can be found in this dark corner at the end of the mission Arecibo on Io, which I'll get more into detail about this mission because there's a huge mystery about it revolving around Rasputin. If you go back here in this corner, which by the way, you might want to turn up your brightness when searching for this scannable because it gets pretty dark. This scannable though is talking about one of the Brays scrubbing the files. Once again, I believe trying to hide or protect something.
Looks like this thing used to store files. Someone by the name of Bray scrubbed the data.
Now let's go ahead and jump to the Rasputin encounter in the mission Arecibo. Throughout this mission we learn about how Rasputin, or whoever is controlling these devices, has designed something that controls the Vex through music.
They're asleep. The music must have hypnotized them.
And coincidentally, there is a scannable next to one of these points that we have to go within the mission that talks about someone's been tampering with the access point to allow exos to interface with the Vex network. And as we know, the Stranger is an exo. I'll get more into detail about this further in the video.
I'm reading modern encryption here. Someone's been tampering with this access point to allow exos to interface with the Vex network.
But the most interesting and mysterious part about this mission is the ending of it. Check this out, everybody.
Ah, that music, it hurts. Just give me a second. It says, never ask for anything, never for anything, and especially from those who are stronger than you. They'll make the offer themselves and give everything themselves. I don't understand. Something's happening. Hey, sorry, I spaced out for a second there. What were we doing?
Now, a few ideas I have about what Ghost meant when he spaced out talking about Mars, red sands, and ice caps. The first theory is that a warmind attempted to contact us either from Mars or to give us information regarding Mars, and I believe one of the Brays may be responsible for this. Clovis Bray was responsible for the construction of the Dust Palace on Mars, as well as assisting the funding for construction of Freehold. Freehold, in case you guys don't know, is the lost gem of Mars, and we learned this from the Titan mark in Destiny 1 called Freeholder's Memory. By the way, this symbol on the Titan mark is Freehold City's symbol. This was the background city around on Mars. Also, something interesting to know is the Crucible map Blind Watch is located atop an old Clovis Bray facility on the outskirts of the city. This is Clovis Bray's corporation symbol on this wall, as you can see underneath it. And also something else to keep in mind, the Crucible map skyline is situated within the Clovis Bray Health Center. All of his corporations and studies are centering around Mars. But anyways, my second theory, since Ghost described ice caps, he could be talking about Europa, which is visible from Io, which is where Cade got turned into an exo when he gave his body to the ice. Apparently this is also the place where the Nine originated from, but this still doesn't make much sense of what Ghost was talking about when he was mentioning Mars and red sands, unless we have to go there first to discover what is truly going on about the ice caps. Europa was supposed to be released in Destiny 1, but was dropped so Bungie could focus more on the Dreadnought. This is stated in the Destinypedia. Lastly, I wanted to touch base on why Ana Bray may be the Stranger.
I wonder whatever happened to that exo who warned us about the Black Garden. I hope she's okay.
First, let's make something clear. The Stranger isn't a Guardian, as you can hear with this cutscene when we first encounter her. Most of you should be familiar with this cutscene because it has one of the most iconic lines in the Destiny franchise. I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
They brought us here. The Vex. Evil so dark it despises other evil.
You're not a Guardian.
No. I was not forged in light. But I believe where our paths cross, ground could break.
An important thing to note here, though, is that when she was asked if she was a Guardian or not, she had responded saying no, she was not forged in light. And also she is in contact with someone or something that we are not sure of yet. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into a little bit more detail about this cutscene and why she might be Ana Bray or in contact with one of the Brays. I'm thinking Ana Bray. First off, she has powers and technology that we don't. She is able to literally teleport to another location instantly. I know what some of you guys are thinking, well, about the instant fast travel that we have now in Destiny 2. No, you guys are missing the point. She literally disappeared out of nowhere, as you guys saw in the cutscene. Now I want you all to take a look at what the Stranger rifle states in the description. Ghost's analysis suggests this weapon has been exposed to incredible forces and that parts of it shouldn't yet exist. From this, we can learn that the Stranger has Vex knowledge of skipping through time. For more proof of this, she mentioned in the cutscene that they brought us here, talking about the Vex, which is a clear example that she has Vex knowledge.
They brought us here. The Vex. Evil so dark it despises other evil.
Now, remember when the Stranger mentioned she was not forged in light? Now, this may be a little far-fetched and just highly coincidental, but the quest line to get the No Time to Explain is called Not Forged in Light. And within the quest line, we go back to Twilight Gap. And guess what we get out of the chest here at Twilight Gap? Ana Bray's bracelet. And also we learn about Praedyth and how he was stuck in time on this mission.
Another dead ghost. This is... Wait, I think this is Praedyth's ghost.
This to me makes me think that Ana Bray was revived for a third time. She did go down. This to me makes me think that Ana Bray was revived for a third time. And when she was revived again for the third time, she wasn't forged in light. So therefore, didn't become a guardian. The question is, who ended up reviving her? Was it Rasputin or was it someone out of the Bray Corporation? Now once again, it's either highly coincidental that the Stranger ended up saying she wasn't forged in light, and we take on a quest line called Not Forged in Light and heading back to Twilight's Gap and pick up Ana Bray's bracelets for the No Time to Explain, which is a weapon that looks exactly like the Stranger's rifle, or Bungie was hinting at something here. But yeah, anyways, looking at the time of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, but I got a ton of more info that I wanted to share with you guys. I'll compile another video like this. These kind of videos though take me forever to make, so if you guys do enjoy these, consider leaving a like. It's greatly appreciated. And also I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions of this. I'm out of here though, everybody. Thanks for taking the time to watch and listen, and until next time, peace.